how it all worked together. And then the ambulance came and took me away, and I survived. That's it. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean
But
it's a
it did
harrowing
bring
and
me
amazing
closer.
story. It definitely like as far
Yeah.
as for like as far as the background goes and whether or not God exists, it looks from if it was just your experience that we're basing it off of, I think that this still stands. There's no proof within that that a God exists because even if it were the case that you had some sort of a spiritual experience, it wouldn't
Mm.
necessarily be with a God. It could be just possible that humans have spirits and there is no God. There's
Yeah,
no way
that's the
to
point
really
I'm
like say
getting
that
at.
either way. I
That's
don't
the
think
point
it's
I'm
the
getting
case,
at.
but yeah,
No,
When
it
we're
did bring me
talking when
closer
we're
to God.
talking
Yeah.
scientifically and
hey Happy.
biologically and metaphysically, energy has to go somewhere, darling. It doesn't come out of nowhere. So it has to go
Yeah,
somewhere.
I was going somewhere. I was going somewhere, but
Yeah,
I don't
but
know.
sorry, but
You know.
your identity, your memories aren't necessarily like energy.
No,
Yeah,
but
They
but
that's
can
exactly what Billy said.
they
Is
can
that he
let me
dissipate
didn't.
tell
in
you something
separate, or
really
even if
quick.
they are, they can when you pass away they can dissipate, but they don't have to like all together stay compacted
No,
in one
No,
mind and
that
go somewhere else.
and
Yeah,
but babe, that's exactly what Billy was trying to explain before. Is he was
no,
saying
it wasn't.
I didn't care what my mother thought or anyone thought. I was just free. This
you're
was
in a different state of mind. You just you don't think the same. It's like when I was telling another Christian guy, it's like, well, we can argue about reality, science, blah blah blah, but when you're about to die, I was so afraid, even at 5 years old. I wasn't afraid of the devil and hell because that wasn't implanted in me yet.
Are you
You know what I
now?
was afraid of? Well, now it's different. If I die, I might, on my deathbed, it'll be different. But
Right,
as a kid,
but the
it's
reason sorry, but the reason I'm asking is that just keep in mind, guys, this is my life, and the question up here is about whether or not God exists. This isn't about
yeah,
like
but
whether or not near death
it's not a,
experiences are interesting.
yeah,
So if what
yeah,
you're
but it's not
getting
an
at is
easy.
like sorry, I just sorry, did you can you hear me? Hello?
Yeah, but it's not a
Sorry, I
simple.
think your
But it's
audio
not
came in right
always a
over mine.
simple yes
Hello?
or no answer.
I don't
I'm
know if
just
you can
trying to
hear
tell
me.
you my
Is my
experience,
audio
and
coming
that
through, chat? Can you guys hear me?
yeah,
I
I
can
can
hear
Oh,
hear
I
you.
you.
think you got
I can hear you, but
he
I
was just
don't
talking
think
at the same
Billy's
time. It was
I
confusing.
don't think Billy's
Yeah, we're getting echoes there. Yeah, I was just saying that if this has something to do to say like why God exists, I would love to keep hearing about it. But if you're not a Christian and a believer, then I'm not sure what we're doing here. It just might not be
Because
the right live to talk about it.
all right, but there's more experiences around the nucleus. I mean, there's a lot of
But
stuff
what do
that
experiences have to do with proving God? I mean, I'm having an experience right now. Is this proving God?
what I'm saying is that that happened to me and it didn't bring me closer to God. What did was experiences after that. I'm using this as just the premise to start because people's lives are more complicated than just a Bible verse or a question that somebody asked you. You're asking a question to to human beings that are complex, and you want them to be simple beings. Just answer the question. You're not going to get the full effect of it.
Okay. So how long will it take? Because I don't have all night. I do have like I have to leave fairly soon. Is this like a
Go.
30-minute thing?
Bye. Have a good one. Bye.
Okay.
Bye.
I mean that's easier too. I just not I'm not sure like what we were doing. And it seems like you're still here, which is fine. You're welcome to stay here if you want to talk a little more. Like it didn't seem like you were getting to this topic at all. It seemed like we were talking about other things. Maybe I should make a background that just says like talk about whatever you want. That could be helpful. All right, we do have another guest. Vogue, you have an echo, so I'm gonna drop you down because I'm not sure what's going on or if it's still there. I'm not sure what happened with you there, Vogue, but Mountain Dew, what is your age and what is your religion, please?
Hello, can you hear me?
Loud and clear.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, how old are you?
I'm 15. Is that okay?
Let me check the rules real quick.
All right.
No, it said on the rules that that's not old enough. Not old enough to be on TikTok. Oh, did I not flip the switch? I might not have flipped the switch. But if you're still there, Mountain Dew, please leave and don't be in this live anymore. We say swears in this live, and you're not old enough to hear them. It's 18 up. In fact, I prefer 20 and up, to be honest. But welcome in, everybody. Yeah, Mountain Dew. There we go. I just had to block them. So my new setup here. Nice caps in the chat. Another actually to appreciate chaps. Cap. What am I saying? Caps in the chat here. Because my phone is so far away from me today. It's actually easy to see. Bro's got homework to do. Yeah. Hey, thanks for the gifts. Savage, you use those well. I saw, oh, hey, what's up, Andrew? How you doing? Thank you so much for that. I saw Antonio in here earlier. We got some people in here. How you doing, Andrew? There's somebody. It's Andrew.
What's going on, buddy?
Hey, thanks for the gift, buddy. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing pretty good, man. I just wanted to come up real quick to let you know, panel-wise, you want to be 18 and up, but it is actually okay for anyone below 18 to be just in the chat, so long as you're okay with it.
Oh no, I'm not okay with it. Yeah, that's just me. So normally,
okay.
that is interesting though. I normally go into the settings and flip the switch that says keep it 18 and up, and I just forgot to do it because I'm doing this weird setup tonight. But yeah, we talk about stuff that I don't think little baby ears should be hearing. To be honest,
I agree. I agree with you on your lives. Yeah, you definitely put
this
a
song
good
is
show
called
on
Sexual Eruption. Like, it's just not the place for that.
Right. But well, I just wanted to let you know that is the actual clear defined line is, panels is 18 and up. But I want to say so long as you meet that, I think it's 13 is the age that you can use TikTok. You can be in lives in the chat. But that's also up to your viewing.
That is good to know, actually, and I did not know that. That is that's worth knowing at least. Yeah. Thanks for that.
Absolutely, and yeah, man. I hope one day somebody can bring you some proof, because I enjoy listening to people talk to you.
I mean, I have a background ready for it. Oh, what's going on? I have a background ready for this for when I change my mind and get converted, but I haven't had to use it yet. Lisa Ray, you may not have the shirt. It's my best shirt. This is let me turn the filter off.
Well, we've had discussions before, and I am faithful, but I don't believe it's possible for me to prove a God to anyone. I think that's very personal thing myself.
Yeah, I mean, if it could be done, more people. I mean, I don't think that we'd have much of a job up here. Like, the people who are waiting for actual evidence will not ever get it. Even if it were real, they wouldn't get it, I don't think. Although, I mean, I do, like, people come and say, like, well, what would ever convince you? I do have, like, a short list of things that would be really convincing, but they're pretty far-fetched things. You know what I mean? Because I could see, like, literally, even it could even be the case that a guy came down 2,000 years ago, or was born 2,000 years ago, and like literally walked on water with magic and actually did turn water into wine. And that would be like really amazing and even miraculous, but doesn't mean that he's like the God creator of the whole universe. It just means that magic's real. You know what I mean? So like there's a lot more required to get to that final conclusion for me.
Yeah, I definitely hear you on that one. Me myself, like I said, I am a faithful person, but I myself don't push my faith on anyone else, and I don't agree with any religious entity that says it's okay to do that. Like I think at the end of the day, you should be able to believe what you want to believe, and you know, when it comes to stuff like proving God, you need factual evidence to do that, and thus far, I have no factual evidence to be able to prove what I have faith in. So, I would definitely say if I ever come across a piece of evidence that I find, you know, willing to bring to you, I would definitely come back up and let you know.
All right. I mean, we'll be waiting in anticipation for it. Yeah, for sure. And I appreciate, of course, I appreciate your attitude towards it. It's not supposed to be a fight, but when people come in hot, it's fun to fuck with them and have fun. So I appreciate a chill
That's
talk.
time, right?
Yeah, that's what the people want to see. All right. Well, thanks so much for stopping by.
Yeah. And you have a lovely night, Meso. I'll be in the chat.
I wouldn't have it any other way. Can you drop yourself down, or do I need to do it?
Oh no, I got it. I know how to do it.
Okay. Thank you. Normally, I don't mind doing it, but my phone is so far away. It's a stretch. I don't actually remember how to play the song. What's a D flat minor 7? Hmm. Sounds weird, right? Wait, it's D F flat? Okay. Wait, that's not it. Hold on, I can't scroll back to see. That's all right. It's all right. I am going to. But I'm not doing this song. It's too dirty. Sounds good though. All right, if anyone wants to come in while we hang out here, I gotta get my background back up. Let's see. I thought of a really interesting point that I want to run by somebody. It might not be a good point, but it might be a really good point. And you got to kind of test these out. Sometimes, like when you do this stuff, you're listening to other people's lives, or you're thinking things in your head, or you're reading something, and you're like, man, this might be a killer argument, but I'm not sure, and it might just be like an absolute waste of time. But you have to sort of You have to find out. Wait, what's all this? Oh, this is the same thing where someone made a video about me. Oh, it's the Elliot argument guy. I've heard about this guy. Apparently, he's he didn't come to my channel. Sorry, I got distracted because in Discord someone said the Elliot argument is making videos about me. I'll have to watch it later. That's fun. Do you like stitch it? Ew. Who is this guy? This is gross. You know what I just realized? There was a guy who came in and told me about the Elliot argument guy, and this might have been who I made this video about. Is when he asked me about it, and I gave this answer about the cup of coffee. The argument is like, how if time goes back infinitely, how could we ever get to now? Because there's an infinite number of moments before now, which means you never would have gotten here. But also, like, if there's no start, then that doesn't mean that like we started somewhere and are trying to get to now. So it doesn't really like it's kind of a weird argument, anyways. I agree. Infinity is weird to contemplate and even talk about or even like bring up is weird. It's a weird answer to a weird question. But my answer was so the explanation they bring out is like, imagine you're trying to drink a cup of coffee. And before you take that first sip, there's an infinite number of things you have to do before you get there. How will you ever drink the coffee? Now, look, this is a problem between the numbers 1 and 2. How can you count from 1 to 2 if you do every decimal in between? You'll never get there, right? It's impossible to do every decimal in between. But yet there is a number 2. Now, in my explanation, what I was saying is a couple things. One is that all of those infinite number of moments in between are what we are experiencing. We're not the sip of coffee. The sip of coffee is the end of the sequence. That's to assume that like right now is the end of the sequence. So all of the sips in between are what we are experiencing. Okay. And also, if it goes infinitely that way and infinitely that way, then all of our experiences are happening right in the middle of time. And that's fine. Like that's not a big problem to have. It's still weird. I agree to think about like it's hard to find the right words to explain that time exists forever in both directions or that the universe exists infinitely. And there's like different types of the word infinite. So I'm not a mathematician. I lose on some of that. Like I don't quite get all the different types of infinity. There's like 6 kinds of infinity, which is fucking weird. Oh, sorry, I'm not supposed to swear because we're on the underage version. Well, we'll be here for 4 more minutes before TikTok catches up with us. I don't know. I just it seems like an okay answer to me, but I'll have to watch this guy's refute. I have a feeling that the guy who was coming in and telling me about how cool the Elliot argument like at the Elliot argument was, it was him. I think it was him. I think it was just the guy coming and be like, you got to check out this guy, the Elliot argument. And then he goes and does his streams with like a mask and stuff. And he just goes another streams like there's a really smart guy called the Elliot argument. I don't know for sure if that's true, but I wouldn't be surprised. And that would be that's really fun to think about. All right. Well, thanks, Kat, for sharing that with me. I'll watch it later and probably cry as I get defeated over the internet. This is a common story of my life. So here's the new argument that I was thinking about. Hey, Tracy. Imagine, if you will, with me, come into imaginary land. He said, I promise he didn't defeat you. Okay. I might cry anyways. Like sometimes it's good to just get a few tears out. Okay, come with me to imagination land. We're there. Here we are in another world, and we come across an island, not unlike the North Sentinel Island, except these people are inviting, and we find a new group of people, humans, and conveniently they speak English. That'll make it a little easier. And you go up to them and you say hi, and they go, "Oh my gosh, hello, welcome here. Except we have a really terrible news for you." And you say, "Oh my gosh, what's the terrible news? You're this new group of people. It's exciting." And they go, I know, but the unfortunate news is that this island is ruled by an all-powerful, all-evil God. They can do anything they want, and they want us all to suffer in doom and misery for eternity, and they have the power to do it. So I'm really sorry that you came here. Please be careful. Here's a guest. And now, hey Chrysler, let me just finish this little hypothetical, and then you can either comment on it or say something else. Did you hear the beginning of it?
No, actually, I just got in.
Oh, okay. Well, imagine for a moment that you walk up to a new island. You sail a boat to a new island, and you find a group of people that has never been touched by outside humanity. And there's humans living there who conveniently speak your language of English. And you say, "Hello, how are you? We've sailed here, and we just found your new island, and you're here, and that's cool." And they say, "Hi, hello, welcome. We have terrible news for you, though. You should leave here right away because this island is ruled by an all-powerful, an omnipotent God who is evil. They're all evil. They're malevolent, omni-malevolent even. And they want all of us to suffer in doom. And they can do anything they want because they're all powerful. So you should get out of here." And then you look around and you see like a sunset, and you see like these pretty trees and stuff, and you're like, "Hey, what about all this nice stuff?" And they go, "Yeah, we're fine, we're over here, we're thriving. People have bad stuff happen sometimes, but we're having a barbecue. The ocean sounds nice. There's a rainbow over there, but watch out because the all-powerful, all-evil God is real." Don't you think that you would be like, it doesn't seem like he's that powerful if he wants to wipe you out, because things are kind of fine here.
Um, I would say it's impossible for that scenario, regardless, because to even say that this being or whatever is evil, there has to be some, or necessarily there has to be some justification for what's good.
Yeah, so they do know like things that are good. They know about the rainbows and the tasty food, and they hug each other and love each other. But all of the things that they don't want to have happen, that they would prefer not have happen, cancer and stuff. There's some of that too, right? Like they have a little of that too. Their life is just like ours. They have some good things and some bad things. But what they're saying is that they're in charge of their island, is an all powerful evil deity that can do anything they want and wants to destroy them. You would say, wouldn't you say, "Yeah, but you're not destroyed"?
Um, I think the point still stands that if they know these things are good, like for example, you said love. Well, if love is good, by what standard are they saying this thing
It's
is?
by theirs. So this is like an internal thing for them, what they think is good and what they think is bad.
Well, then that would hold no bearing on to what I think is better. Yeah, I mean, if it's just subjective, if it's their own standard, then maybe their God isn't even evil.
That's exactly what I'm saying. Their God either isn't evil because there are good things happening and they're all powerful. If they were truly all powerful and evil, then only evil things would be happening. Or maybe their God is evil, but not as all powerful as you might think, right?
Um, yeah, I guess so, but I mean, the point will still stand if their God, if they perceive their God as evil or whatever. Like, by what standard? If you say it's their own standard, and if it's subjective, then there is no basis to say anything is good or bad.
Oh, I'm sorry, it's by the standard of their evil god. Their evil god set the standards of what is evil and what is good. And they're the ruler of the entire island and maybe even the whole universe. Who knows? But they're saying that this, like, we follow the standards of this, like, omnipotent, all-knowing deity. So since their God is all-knowing, then they would know what is good, and so that's their standard.
So if, like the trees, for example, in the love, where does that come from then? If their God is evil, well, this love and stuff is good, what's the foundation or what's the source of the good?
Yeah, it's weird, right? You would think that he would have destroyed everything. In equality, it's weird to us to reverse it and say, here we are on earth and we have an all good God. And based on God's standards of good, there are bad things happening here. That kind of like throws a little bit of a hole in the argument of the all powerful, all good God.
Well, what do you mean by all powerful? Because
Like they have ultimate a will and they're able to do anything.
so can this God do good things
On the island?
just in general?
So well, there's two gods we're talking about. So yeah, let's go back to the hypothetical. On the island, no, it's all evil. It's omni-malevolent. It's only capable of doing evil things.
So if it's only capable of doing evil things, then where does the good come from?
Isn't that weird?
Yeah, it'll be impossible to say that.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's leave the island and let's go back to here in our other island over here of reality, and let's just kind of switch it now. So this all good God, according to even this all good God standards, your God, the real God that you believe in,
Yeah.
where did the evil come from? Because with the evil God, you were saying, well, then where did the good come from if this evilness is supposed to be happening? And so we have in our world, we have an all good God who can do anything they want, yet evil happens.
I wouldn't necessarily say God can just do whatever he wants. But in our system, evil isn't like, it doesn't have positive existence. So evil would be like a privation or the moving of the will away from the good.
Okay, well then that's all it is on the island too. They would just say, it's the reason that we have sunsets and stuff here is that those are just less evil, right? Because that's what you're saying. Like when you see, like, for the opposite of us is like, someone gets cancer, you would say, no, it still has goodness. It's just farther away from good. It's less good. It has the privation of goodness, right?
Well, I think all evil is bad and all diseases are a result, in my worldview, from sin. So like,
Right, which is bad, right?
yeah. So
Yeah,
like,
it's evil. So
cancer would be
that's
bad.
exactly what I'm saying. Those are evil things in your mind.
Yeah.
Right.
But the point is,
So that they exist is weird in an all good, all powerful God universe, right?
no, because I just told you it doesn't have ontological existence. But
God
I
doesn't?
think you're missing. No, like evil doesn't have ontological existence.
Well, you just described some things as evil.
Yeah, because it lacks the good. Are you familiar with
So
like?
you don't think that cancer is really bad. You just think it's not good.
No, it is really bad, but bad doesn't have ontology. There's nothing that's inherently like evil in nature. Like evil isn't a being.
How could it be that good does have ontology but bad doesn't?
Because if bad,
They're the same thing. They're just a description of things.
yeah, these are like predicates. So like good would be a predicate, and like evil would be a predicate. However, the predicate of good, when you're predicating of something that's good, it has to match up to like some standard of which you deem as good.
Why?
Because that's just how like predication works.
But then, so do you think goodness has ontology?
Yeah, and that ontology is God. So
So,
everything good
so
is
are you
from
like
God.
in under a tunnel or something? There was just a loud. You okay?
Oh no, yeah, my fault. I'm outside.
Oh, okay. It's all right. It's just a little. Just make sure you're okay. It sounded like you got hit by a train. Yeah. So like, I don't see how you can say like goodness does have ontology in the form of something, but evilness doesn't. Doesn't? Do you believe in Satan?
Yeah, but I don't believe
So
Satan
isn't that
is really
evilness in the
bad.
form of an ontological being?
No, I don't believe Satan was is inherently bad. I believe he uses his being to actualize his will, and his will is away from the good. But like Satan in and of himself, since he was created by God, he in
Doesn't
himself isn't bad, but his actions or his will, he uses his will to exercise what's bad.
to actualize evil?
Yeah.
So at the moment of evil actualized, doesn't it then have ontology?
No, because ontology would necessitate like it's its own being, meaning evil is its own being outside of like you actualizing it.
Yeah, I mean, this it sounds like I guess special pleading to say like so on the version of the island, you were like, oh yeah, this doesn't make sense because there's goodness here, and that was like your whole defeater to their argument. But then when I bring that same defeater over to here, you have this like, well, it works differently. Like goodness is works the way that I need it to for my argument, and it doesn't sound like that's really fair to do.
Well, no, in the scenario you gave with the island, to even say something is good or bad, it would have to meet some ontological standard. So to say
Yeah,
something
their
is
God is the standard. We covered that. Yeah.
yeah for evil, right?
Yeah, and so on in their world, sure, you could. I would just say that a rainbow is like less evil.
Yeah, but if if these things
Doesn't it
actually
sound
exist,
silly?
because you were saying a tree, you were saying love, these things actually exist outside of someone actualizing it. So if love exists in that scenario you gave, it would have to have ontology.
Yep, and that's how I feel about hate in our world too. Hate must have ontology too. But
Yeah,
you're saying hate is just not as is just less love.
yeah, but like in your worldview, that's the whole point. Is that in an atheist worldview, it doesn't even make sense to say something's bad.
They're not atheists. They believe in their God.
I mean, like you.
Oh, I don't. I would say to your side and to their side, I would just say you're both wrong. There's no gods. This is just like naturally. There's some things that are enjoyable to us, and naturally there's some things that are not enjoyable to us. Like that's. I mean, that's why I. It's an easy out for me. I don't have to like. I don't have to like change the meaning of goodness or redefine anything, or like say explain why like this all powerful God is failing at doing what they want to have happen. But your side and the island's side does. That's why I choose my side. It's easy. It's easier to defend. Yeah.
Well, like you can't defend it because you like for example, right now you're saying evil exists. Well, if evil exists,
Oh, on this?
then yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So I don't think supernatural evil exists. I use this to talk about intent. I think evil is the word like that we should use when something is really, 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 really bad. And when it has four reallys, then we can like pop out the thesaurus and use the word evil. Means things that are really unpreferable, things that we really don't want. Like school sputings. I don't know how to say it. That's that
yeah,
makes it
yeah,
sound
I know what
grosser,
you're talking about.
right? Like to me, that's an act of intentional harm. That's really, really, really unpreferable. So we can use the word evil to describe that, so we don't have to say really four times.
Okay, so to say something's unpreferable, what if I prefer this thing? Would that make it good?
To you it would, and then I would want to convince you not. I would sit here and say, here's why I think that's not the case, and then I would try to tell you that. But you might live your whole life thinking that. You know how I know that like is true, because it does happen. There are people who are like that, right? Like people go their whole life being wrong about certain things that are good or bad. I mean, wrong in my opinion. I don't think that there is a like the universe says this is good or the universe says this is bad. I think it's just like you know We're just it's just up to you and me, and like that's why we all want to work together, because I want to convince you because you are part of my surroundings. Hi, Crystal. Yes, I absolutely want to do that. And so I'm sorry, I've been talking about this stuff. Are they on? Is it happening? And because I'm ready, I want to go over there and do the talent show with Thinker. Yeah. Sorry about that. There's other business happening tonight too.
No, it's fine. So I think you're missing the problem because if you're consistent, if you say, well, it's just my opinion that this thing is bad. Well, if I have to respect your opinion about what's bad or good, you have to now respect mine. So now I think the school.
You don't have to respect my opinion. If you want to convince me otherwise, you can try to do that.
Yeah, but if there's no objective standard to say what's good or bad, then it's necessarily neither true or false that
No, but
anything.
it's an if-then statement, right? Every moral statement should be an if-then statement. So if you want to convince me, then you have to say, if you want to feel safe and live in a society where you and your loved ones are cherished and protected and don't have to be scared of stuff, then I don't think that you should do school schmootings, because it will lead to the other bad things happening to you and the people that you care about. Right. And then I would go, oh, that's very convincing. Now I prefer similar to what you prefer. Or I would say, no, I don't. You're wrong. And like, then what? Like, it is the case that people have differing opinions on morals, right?
Well, yeah, but
Yeah.
how we
So
decide
like,
if someone
so
is wrong about morals is that we have the objective standard of God. But if there is no objective
oh
standard,
yeah, I just don't do that. I wouldn't do that. I would just say like, the reason I think you're wrong is because I think you prefer to live in a world that feels safe. Is that true? Do you prefer that?
yeah, but why?
Okay, then here's a list of things that I think would help you achieve that within your own life.
Yeah, but why ought I even believe that in the first place?
You don't have to. You don't have to. No one's making you do this. It's just that the reason I want you to is because I want. That's my preference, to live in a safe universe where I feel like a little
That's
bit
not how we
protected.
live in society. For example, if someone goes outside and pokes someone to death, well, then that's bad because now you're going to jail. But people don't go to jail for doing good things, so that's a performative contradiction to say, "Oh, I believe this is bad."
Sorry, what? People don't go to jail for good things?
No, who goes to jail for doing something illegal?
What? Yeah, because we've convinced ourselves within the society that like that things that we don't want to happen should be punished. I'm sorry. I'm trying to Ria. I see that there is a message. And I'm trying to load it, but it's having a hard time. Um, should we stop? Is this? Hold on. If Ria or Crystal or someone who knows what's happening could come up and talk to me, I'm having a hard time like connecting to TikTok on my other thing. Sorry, Chris. There's like a talent show happening tonight that I'm supposed to be in, and I think we are supposed to maybe go over there. But I want to like, I don't know what the deal is, and I have a message, but I can't read it.
No, you're fine.
Why won't this load? Hmm. Hold on one second. Um, yeah, I don't think I can like look at my messages while I'm live. Sorry, everybody. There's just so much happening tonight. Just so many things. Thinkers Talent Show. Oh, wait. Oh, they're asking about me. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah. 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 Okay. I got it. So everyone, is your name Christ? It's hard to see from back here.
You can just call me V.
V. Okay. I think you've been here before. You're invited, and so is everyone else who's here. There is a talent show. This is actually auditions for a talent show, and the actual talent show has like real money. Like you can win $500. It's a real thing. So this is the audition, and the people who get in after tonight will go on to perform in a larger talent show, and all of the funds and stuff go to raise money for these organizations that are helping feed people They're trying to like raise money to feed 400 people, children in Africa for a year. And I'm not sure which country, but I think it spans several countries across there. Normally, I don't like just singling out Africa as an entire place, but it's spanning multiple countries. So it's a really cool thing, and we're going to go over there and check it out right now. So I guess they're live, and yeah, V, I'm sorry, we're going to have to do this some other time.
No, you're fine.
Okay, sorry, I just got to drop you down. All right, so everyone else, I'm going to go over there. Yeah, there we go. There's everybody. Okay, so go over to Thinkers Live right now. If you don't follow Thinker, do follow Thinker. Look up Thinker if you don't, and go over there and you can say Mezzo Raid, and then I will be there shortly, and I'm gonna do a song. I'm gonna do some Aaliyah. We're gonna party over there. Okay. I don't know like what the order or turns of things are, but hopefully I'll see you all over there really soon. I love you all. Even if you can't like find a standard of love, I still feel it. All right. So let me say that I feel like I love you all. Who knows if it's true?